Well, we joining here at the Eaty Park. It's the grand finals in the 40 overs competition, first division here on Nevis, hosted by the Nevis Cricket Association. Where it is over the head of the man at step. The man comes across. Brilliant work. That's a brilliant piece of work, piece of football there, and he certainly saved 2 runs. But he stopped it with his foot. It was a good piece of work, good piece of football, but saved 2 runs in the process. So that's off the bat of Penny Feather. So Brownhill winning the toss against Empire and Upton to bat first. And this is over number 3. Penny Feather, originally out of St. Kitts, playing for Brownhill, of course. And opening alongside him is Pluck. Driving nicely into the offside. They're off and running and get a single very easily. So 1 more to the total, and that would bring Pluck into strike. Where it is. Races in now to bowl to Pluck. Pluck is leaving that one alone outside the off stump, watching it flow carefully, knowing where his off stump was and just watching it flow. I'm good. There goes once more. It's Webb moving in now to bowl to Pluck. Pluck is driving at that one, beating outside the off stump and keeping a bit low too in the process. And he certainly wasn't in charge of that one, Pluck. Here goes once more. Webb moves in now to bowl to Pluck. Pluck is driving. A little bit of a tangle there as the ball hit into his foot and went into the offside. No chance of a run. Webb it is. Moves in once more. Pluck is driving nicely. That's a lovely shot. He has found the gap. The ball is racing down the hill. Young Brown chases after it. I don't think, yes, he will pull it in. And they will get 3 very easily here. So 3 more to the total. Lovely drive that by Pluck, reaching nicely to the pitch of the delivery and stroking it sweetly into the offside and picking up 3. Well, it's a family affair now. These 2 youngsters, I think, live in the same home. And he's stroking it sweetly into the offside. Another lovely looking drive. The fielder is struggling. He can't. He will. He can't. He maybe did. I'm not sure. Maybe just touched it inside. And they're hustling through. Let's see if the umpire will signal. There's no signal. So that's another 3 runs. Another lovely drive that by Pluck. And stroking it sweetly into the offside. T1 Prentice had a run. And finally saved 1 in the end. So that brings moves in once more to bowl. He's pulling that one. It's Penny Feathers. He dropped it short. The man is racing across. He seems to be pulled back by a bulldozer of sorts, but he stops it nicely. That's Rakesh. And they're hustling back for the 3rd again. So another 3 runs. They're really hustling well between the creases, these 2 batsmen. So Pluck back in strike. Races it now to bowl. Left alone, short pitch delivery, and he just watched it flow outside the off stump. Two umpires out there, Derek Parry and Eustace Johnson. Here it goes once more. Races in now to bowl to Pluck. Pluck is pushing it easily into the outside, thinking of the single, but had to hustle back. Good movements there by the fielder to cover. That looks like young Jevon Manners. He's a very good fielder. Got in there quickly too. So yesterday they had the Division 2 finals between New Vision and Youths of Nevis, and New Vision totally outplayed Youths of Nevis to take championship honors in Division 2. And now these two big teams in the Division 1 facing off. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl, flicks at that and misses, through to the keeper. White signal by umpire Derek Parry. So here, moves in once more to bowl to Pluck. Pluck is getting a short ball, deliberately spanking it over point, and the man races across, can't pull it in, and he goes into the boundary for 4. It was a short ball, asking to be hit, and he really just gave it everything, deliberately hitting it in the air as well, and nobody's out there, and it races away for 4. Some adjustments being made to the field now. Here he goes. Races in now to bowl. Again he's flicking, but he's going across his stumps too far to make that shot. The ball is down the leg side and wide signal by Derek Parry. Wondering where this man was. Maybe a little late getting here though, as he moves in now to bowl to Pluck. Pluck is driving down the ground, half stopped by the bowler. He was traveling too, well struck by the batsman, but half stopped and so effectively saving a boundary. Here he goes once more. Races in now to bowl to Pluck. Pluck is swinging at that one. I don't think he connected as well as he would have liked. Young Brown races in from long leg and they go through for 1, and that ends the over. Well, Pluck has been comprehensively bowled by Webb after striking a 4. The stump has been totally uprooted as we were making some adjustments to the camera, but that's wicket number 1. Pluck has been comprehensively bowled, not coming right across, and the ball kept a little bit low as well, but he marches back after an enterprising start to his innings. So Shelton Forbes joins Penny Feather at the crease. Shelton Forbes, a left-hander, he would have had some experience in the English leagues, having no problem wearing number 13 on his back. Of course, there are some cricketers who wouldn't want to see number 13 close to them at all, but he's obviously not superstitious, and so that's good to see. But it's going to be Webb who will be moving in from the batter tail end, and his tail would be up because he just got a beautiful wicket. Beautiful delivery it was, clean bowling Pluck after Pluck had started very positively indeed. But here he goes, Webb. Kimani races in now to bowl. My goodness, that one kept a bit low as well, and it was well directed, but he got a bit of bat on it and it went down towards third man. He's off the mark, but not fully confident in that shot really, and the bowler would be pretty hopeful if he could get a few more like that. Webb it is. Races in once more. He's driving. That's a lovely shot, but the man sprints across. That's Young Brown and stops it nicely. That ball was traveling, hit it hard, and hit it all along the ground. But Young Brown at mid-off raced across and put his body on the line. Stopped it well. Here's Webb turning once more from the historic bar to tail end. Nice rhythmic run up as he bowls, left alone outside the off stump by Penny Feather. Webb steams in once more to bowl to Penny Feather. He's punching this one into the outside. He has found the gap. The ball is going down the hill. It might get there. I think it's going to cross the boundary just about now. 4 runs. So Fobbs will be taking strike for the first time at this end. He's already off the mark. Left arm seamer to left-handed batsman. He's bowling over the wicket. Moves in now to bowl to Fobbs. Fobbs is flicking at that. And right away Derek Parry says wide. He goes once more. Steams in now to bowl. Beaten outside the off stump. That's a loose looking drive by Fobbs. Certainly wasn't in line, and he was just pushing the bat at it. And through to the keeper. There he goes once more. Steams in now to bowl. He is not comfortable. That one made some height. He got it down into the turf, but not totally in charge on that occasion. Looks a little discomforted there. He goes. Races in once more to bowl to Fobbs. Fobbs turns this one a lot more comfortably off his hip, down to square leg, and off and running for a single. So that brings Penny Feather back in strike. He has looked very positive so far. Moves in now to bowl to Penny Feather. He's struck on that pad. There's a loud shout, but angling down towards the leg side, and they're back for the second. I think it will be signaled leg byes by Derek Parry, but I think Derek would have felt the way I felt that it was definitely going down leg. There's a loud appeal though. Races in once more to bowl. That time short and wide outside the off stump. Penny Feather thought about throwing everything at it and then realized it was that wide. Left alone, signaled by the umpire Derek Parry. Right away the experienced Yardie, Andrew Brown, coming across and having a word with the bowler. Will it be a slow one? There he goes, moves in out to bowl. No, back of the length, turned into the onside. The man is racing across, but I don't think he could stop two. And they picked it up very quickly and very easily in the end. 2 more to the total. There he goes. Races in once more to bowl to Penny Feather. Gets a full toss, drives it down the ground. That's a lovely shot. That's gone for 4. Races across the outfield. Straight down the ground. Took it, maybe he was aiming for the Yorker, but he got it on the full and he stroked it pleasantly, did Penny Feather. Straight down the ground for 4. Well, here goes once more. It's going to be Webb. Moves in out to bowl. He's driving pleasantly. His Fobbs well stopped in the offside. Can't score. Webb it is from the far end. Nice rhythmic run up. Moves into bowl to Fobbs. That one he has to go back on the back foot. Squeezes it into the offside. Kept it out well. Webb moves in once more to bowl. Left alone outside the off stump. Not forcing the batsman to play on that occasion. Here goes Webb. Bustling run up, moves in now to bowl. Turns it into the onside. The off and running. Manages it in quickly. Can't prevent the single though. Here goes now. He races in now to bowl. Left alone outside the off stump by Penny Feather. So it's going to be Webb. Races in now to bowl. Has a flick at that. The keeper doesn't hold it initially. recovers quickly though, and wide signal by the umpire. Well, one of the all-rounders for the Nevis Masters team, Rakesh, has been introduced into the attack. He's a regular member of the Empire team now, and bowls a pretty accurate left arm slowy. There he goes, bowls, punches it into the offside, knocked down there by Yardy, good reflexes, and can't score. So, Fabs in strike. Little adjustment to the field in the offside. That's Javier Liebert, the captain, making the adjustments. Here he goes, bowls to Fabs. Fabs is driving but finds the man with extra cover. That's Brown. So the triangle continues. And Rakesh, of course, they're trying to set him up to drive to that extra cover in the air. He's off the edge and past the slip and through third man, and it will go all the way for 4, but it was definitely a foul shot. And Rakesh taking the edge on that occasion, but away from Javier Liebert and into the boundary for 4. So Rakesh will move in once more to bowl to Fabs. Fabs is this time quietly forward. There's Brown racing across but can't stop the single. One more to the total. Pennyfeather calling Fabs through. That ends a pretty good over from Rakesh. So T1 Prentice has been introduced into the attack. Left arm leg spinner. Bowls, he's on the back foot, is Fabs, pushes it quietly into the offside. Similar field as to what was in the previous over. Andrew Brown lurking there at that short extra cover. Loops it, he's driving. Finds the man at mid-wicket, knocks it down nicely. That's Manners, who is a very good fielder. He's also lurking there for anything in the air. Left or right of him, he'll be diving away. Fabs settles as he goes short, too short, but he punches it away from Manners down towards long on, and that looks like Webb coming around and fielding. Can't prevent the single. One more to the total. Some adjustments being made to the field. So it's going to be Prentice. Javier Liebert directing traffic. Waiting at slip for anything off that edge. Pennyfeather it is. To take strike now from Prentice. Looks it. He's struck right, playing right across it. That must have been mighty close because he was playing right around it. A belated attempt to sweep. He wasn't in a proper position to play that, and I think they're asking the umpire what went wrong. The umps. And umpire Eustace Johnson is responding, but he really played a rash shot on that occasion, and I think he's fortunate still to be there. Eustace Johnson was as unmoved as Mount Nevis. So here he goes once more. This time he's again finding the pad, but this time a little more on the legs, outside leg stump on that occasion. Poorly lined, but trying to tickle it around. Takes it on the pad. One more to the total, leg by. So here goes. It's going to be Prentice. Here's Prentice, bowls on the back foot he goes, plays it back up the strip to the bowler, can't score, that ends the over. So it's going to be Rakesh from the pavilion end, bowls, he's solidly, quietly forward, plays it back up the strip to the bowler, quietly forward. He goes, moves in once more to bowl flat, quietly forward is Pennyfeather, respecting a good delivery once more. So good start to this over so far from Rakesh. Whippy action, not a lot of turn, but normally very good line and length. Moves in once more, shorter. Again, he's solidly forward. It's Pennyfeather. So he has settled on a line, settled on a length. And Pennyfeather's not playing anything rash. There's a man at deep mid wicket, there's a man at long on, there's a man at long off, waiting. Again, he comes solidly forward, Pennyfeather. So Upton to be careful here at this point. So it's going to be Rakesh once more. Moving in once more to bowl to Pennyfeather on the back foot this time. Punches it into the outside. He was racing down with Shelton Forbes. Had to race back though. Well fielded, and the return came in quickly. Ends the over. Good over. Maiden. So it's going to be T1 Prentice to resume from the batter tail end, and he'll be bowling now to Shelton Forbes. Here he goes, bowls to Forbes. Short, he's hitting this one pretty hard, but the man at long on, Webb, comes across, stops it. He really went after that one. Hit it hard. The timing was a little off though, and the placement really off. Hit it straight to long on. Here he goes, bowls, loops this one. He's turning it into the outside. Pennyfeather charges down. Rakesh is in and gets the return in, but can't prevent the single. Here he goes once more. Prentice moves in now to bowl to Pennyfeather. Slaps it down towards mid-on and misfielded there. Could have been a tight one. They were hustling through, and the misfielder taking his eyes off the ball. One more to the total. Brings Forbes back into strike. Prentice just a little short for the moment. Has to make up his mind. If he's going to loop, he should loop. He should be a lot fuller. Here he goes, loops it now. He goes after it. He swings it into the onside. That's going down the hill. That's going to travel. That's gone for 4. Well, did it stop inside the boundary or did it pass the rope? I think it has gone past the rope. And a shot in anger there from Forbes. Going after that one and swinging it into the onside for 4. So Forbes looking to open up. Really went after that one. So Prentice it is. Moves in once more, loops it once more. He's on the back foot this time, playing it carefully back up the strip to the bowler. Nice cool conditions here at the ETW. On the back foot once more, plays it carefully back up the strip to the bowler. Ends another over. So Rakesh bowled a brilliant maiden over, last over. Resumes his battle with Pennyfeather. Will he be as quiet in this over? Shorter, he's punching it nicely down towards long off. Man is in attendance. One more to the total. Here he goes once more. Rakesh moves in now to bowl. He's cutting this one into the outside. Out for the single. And got there quickly. Webb got in quickly as well, but the batsmen were sharp. Looked dangerous initially, but they got home safely in the end. So that brings Pennyfeather back into strike. Here he goes, moves in now, loops this one. He sits it in the air. He's gonna be out. Oh, took the toe end of the bat. He was reaching for it, didn't quite get there, and it came off the toe end of the bat and went high in the air. And Andre Hardy-Brown rushing around, plucked it out of the air, and Pennyfeather comes back. Looked pretty positive while they lasted, but one error and brought about his demise. New batsman is Trishawn Francis, a very attractive player when he's on the go as well. So 2 left-handers at the crease now. Rakesh having struck. So 2 wickets gone for Brownhill. It's Rakesh. We're preparing now to bowl to Francis. There he goes, bowls. He comes solidly forward, reaching nicely to the length of that one, just pushing it quite into the outside. So it's going to be Rakesh once more from the pavilion and bowls He's beaten, comprehensively beaten, and just looked a little loose on that occasion. It was on the back foot. The bat was reaching away from the body, and fortunately didn't touch it. Well taken by the keeper. Settles once more. Here's Rakesh Bowles, full of pitch, beaten once more. And the off stump moved because he definitely, that one definitely passed very close to the off stump. It was comprehensively beaten. Shaky start here for Trishawn Francis. Well, it's going to be T1 Prentice. Oh, we're moving now to bowl to. That time he struck on the pad. There's a loud shout as he was going back into his crease, trying to turn it into the onside. Again, the umpire must be thinking that one was lined outside the leg stump or on leg stump going further down. And so he had no real intention to put up the finger there. Here goes. That's better. That was lined even better. And the batsman fortunately got the bat down in time, kept it out, back up the strip to the bowler. Somehow Brownhill just seems to be a little under pressure now. They were playing a lot more freely earlier. Here's Prentice, loops it. No, he's on the back foot, he slaps hard. The man is running away from it, but now chasing after it is young Brown. He'll pull it in. He has a weak arm. Will they challenge him for the third? And they decide against it. So Prentice a little short on that occasion. Moves in now to bowl to Fobbs. Fobbs is on the back foot. Seems anxious, and the batsman reacting slowly on that occasion was Francis. I don't think Shelton Fobbs called him through, and he's the one who was watching the ball all the way down. He just ran through. Trishawn Francis reacted late, but fortunately a little bubble out there, and he was home safely. So he'll be having his first strike from Prentice. Settles now, Francis. Says Prentice moving in out to bowl. He's swinging at that. He can hit it a mile, but he picked the wrong one on that occasion, playing down the wrong line. Definitely was looking towards Avila. So he has been beaten on 3 consecutive occasions now, 2 from the last over when he was playing defensively. Now he's on the attack and he was beaten again. This time he's, well, maybe a little bat into that, but he was on the back foot dangerously so, and got a little snick onto it, and he went into the offside. So it's going to be Rakesh, and he'll be resuming his battle now with Trishawn Francis. He's flicking this one nicely into the onside. Manages in quickly, bubbles slightly, but they're through safely for the single. That time he was reaching nicely to the pitch of that one. A little wrist work as well. Flicked it into the onside, went down to mid-on. They got a single. So it's going to be Rakesh moving in now to bowl to Fobbs. Seemed to be heading to the back foot, and then belatedly came on the front foot, pushed it into the onside. Can't score. Here's Rakesh moving in now to bowl to Fobbs. Fobbs is swinging at that. Didn't seem to be in control, but he's going to race into the long on boundary. I don't think he struck it the way he would have liked, really. But got enough bat on it, and it went racing to long on for 4. Rakesh it is now to bowl to Fobbs. Bowls to short, too short. Flick nicely into the onside. The man is racing in. They're thinking of 2. They're going back for the second as well. And even though he has a strong arm, just couldn't prevent 2. Here's Rakesh moving in once more to bowl short again. He's on the back foot, punches it down towards mid-on. Manners bubbles with it there. And somebody was saying 2, but he recovered quickly. They only got 1. So that brings Francis back into strike. He's driving at that one, hits the, and poor work there by Andrew Brown. Coming across, trying to push it in one motion to the bowler and push it away from the bowler, and they got a single in the end. But it's going to be Prentice, and he'll be bowling from the bat to the end. Moves in now to bowl to Fabs. He's on the back. Well, that's Francis on the back foot. Plays it back up the strip to the bowler. So it's going to be Prentice moving in now to bowl to Francis. He's driving. Mid-off is in close. They decide against trying to run through on that occasion. So another dot in the scorer's book. Francis settles. Prentice it is. Moves in now to bowl to Francis. Shorter. Turns it soft hands into the onside. Rakesh comes across. Can't stop the single. One more to the total. So Fabs it is. Settles as Prentice moves in now to bowl. He's on the back foot. He has a whack at that. Certainly reins up for the big shot. Missed it completely. True to the keeper. Didn't hold on to it initially. But no harm done. Maybe trying to put too much power into the shots here, Fabs. Here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. This time he's driving. The man comes across. Well fielded there by Manners. That's lovely fielding. Got the return in almost one motion. Can't score, but he certainly was going hard at that once more, Fabs. Seems to be getting a little impatient here. Here's Prentice moving in now to full toss. He drives, but he picks out the man at mid-on. Quick return in, can't prevent the single. Could have done a lot more with that. That ends the over. Well, we must compliment someone like Tyler Martin, who has worked overtime with this Brownhill team, and he certainly has done a lot of work with this team. He must be commended. They have been worked into a very good unit. He goes driving into the outside, can't score. Rakesh is there, short extra. New bowler is Javon Manners. Normally bowls off spin, but in the previous match I saw him bowling a lot of leg breaks. Moves in once more to bowl short on the back foot, finds Rakesh. So it's going to be Manners. Moving in now to bowl to Francis. Francis is pushing it into the outside. They're off and running. Young Brown races in, can't prevent the single. Maybe Captain Javier Liebert could think about getting a man closer, preventing the singles, forcing them to use another option. Here he goes, bowls on the back foot, shouting his appeal. His Manners came up the pad. Derek Parry's not interested. He's an off spinner himself. Pitching maybe outside the leg stump there. So it's going to be Manners. They're moving once more to bowl. Short, too short. Cut away nicely, but well stopped, well knocked down there. And the man fell down, but got back quickly enough. Just a slight bubble after he pulled it in, and for one moment Shelton Fabs was stranded. He fell down actually, slipped, and somehow managed to get back. So here goes Prentice, bowls. He's swinging at that, and nice stop there by, that looks like Manners, moving across nicely, and one more into the total. Somehow those shots, he seems as if he wants to launch, really. He's not getting under them though. So here is Prentice moving in now to bowl to Francis. Nice soft hands, can't prevent the single. Manners. So Prentice moves in now to bowl. He's, oh, that one over the head of the bowler into the boundary for 4. Francis did it hard, but he was in the air, and the bowler put up his hand, but maybe if he had touched it, his hand would have gone with it too. He was hit that powerfully by Francis, gone for 4. So here he goes now. Bowls flatter. He's swinging at that one. The man at square leg stops it, gets the return in, but it skids home. That's Francis. One more to the total. Manners it is. Oh, dropped. Javon Manners diving away to his right, got both hands to it and floored it. It was hit hard, but it was in the air, and he was diving away. Was Devon Manners, got both hands straight and floored it. Catches win matches. He's driving along the ground this time. He's diving across, maybe diving over it, down to long off, and they get a single. Here's Manners moving in now to bowl. Somehow something went wrong in the run up there, and he pulled back, didn't bowl. So Fabs it is in strike. Turns it into the onside, calls immediately for the single, and single easily taken as he went down to backward up square. One more to the total. So that brings Francis back into strike. These two going along nicely. Little partnership developing here. He's sweeping at that. It's a wide delivery. Badly lined, badly pitched on that occasion. Wide signal by umpire Derek Parry. So Manners it is from the pavilion end. We're moving now to bowl to Francis. Francis is punching this one into the offside. Racky scores down, and the senior statesman not stopping it there, and they're going to get free, I believe. So Manners will continue from the pavilion end. Moving now to bowl to Fabs. Fabs is punching it into the upside. Rakish is in and can't prevent the single. Here he goes. Moving now to Bush. Too short. He's tugging that one away savagely. Trishawn Francis, a rank long hop, and he rocked back and pulled it away over mid wicket for 4.
110 for 2.
110 for 2.
18 overs.
18 overs completed. So 110 for 2 at the water break. So 110 for 2 as we're about to resume after 18 overs. Pluck went for 20, Pennyfeather for 27. Shelton Fabs is on 31, and Trishawn Francis on 19. So a nice little partnership developing between these two as Brownhill continues to try to put a decent score on the tins. Well, we have a change in the ball, and young Jaden Brown comes into the attack. Now he's going to loop, and what will be the response of these two batsmen, we'll have to wait and see. I think they'll want to go after him, but let's see how it works out. Here he goes, loops a full toss, too full, hits it down towards long on, and a single. So right away not landing that one, young Brown will be getting some encouragement from his teammates. Trishawn Francis, I think, would want to go after him. Let's see if he can. Full toss again, he goes inside out, over extra cover, hits it hard. Couple of bounces into the extra cover boundary for 4. So 2 full tosses so far from young Jaden Brown. It's one thing to loop, it's the next thing to bowl full tosses. If he gets them to land, I think it could be interesting though, because they're going to go after him. Here he goes, he bowls. That's better, but he hits it in the air, away from the man at back of the point. He races after it, he will pull it in, and I think they'll get 2, thinking of the third. Francis definitely was anxious to go back. Fabs was not. So 2 more to the total. That one landed, it was in the air, away from the man at back of the point. So you can see the modus operandi here. They're definitely going to go after him. And once they're going to be attacking like that, anything can happen. Could be runs, it could be wickets. I think that's what Empire is hoping for, the wickets column. Francis, who can hit it a mile. I've seen him land a few in the Villa. Will today be the day? Or will he hold out at long off or long on? There goes wide of the mark, wide signal by the umpire. So Brown not getting it right here so far. Well, he's trying to set up the batsman, I think, as he bowled that one wider, and right away Javier Leiber decides, you know what, I'm going to put a man at deep extra cover on the boundary, since Francis seems to be trying to go in that general direction. And since Brown is persistent on bowling in that area, I think maybe that man should go a little more to his left though. Francis is going to hit it more over the head of Yardy. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl short, and he's punching it into the offside. The man deep on the extra cover boundary immediately has work to do. They're going to go back for 2. And so 2 more to the total. So Brown certainly has not really landed it in the areas that the captain would want so far. Maybe a little overawed by the situation. Finals and all. Here he goes, loops it there. He's punching it again along the ground. The man has work to do once more and bubbles with it in the process. And 2 runs easily acquired. So 2 more to the total. So it has been a pretty expensive over so far by Brown. And you just know though, if he lands one properly, it could be interesting. But so far he hasn't done that. Here he goes, he bowls. That's better, that's better, that's a lot better. And there was Francis comprehensively beaten. The keeper didn't collect though. But that ends the over. He needs a lot more like those, young Brown. That ends the over. So Manners, who dropped a chance of the, well, when not Shelton, but Trishawn Francis was in strike. Moves in now to bowl to Fabs, who pushes it nicely down towards the man at deep mid-wicket. They might be looking for 2 here. They will be looking for 2. And maybe they need a man with a stronger arm on that deep mid-wicket boundary or extra cover boundary, depending on which batsman is on strike. Well, both are left-handers actually, and they have done that. So Nelson Boland, who has a much stronger arm, will pick up the position now. And now they'll challenge them to try to get 2 on the arm of Boland. Here he goes, short again. He's punching this one down towards long off. And only a single on this occasion. So right now the partnership developing nicely. Bowling looking a little easy right now. Empire hoping to get a breakthrough. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl. He's swinging at that, but it peels off the outer edge and it goes away to the vacant third man position. Brown races across. He has a weak arm and they're going to get free very easily. So that brings Fabs back into strike. Moves in now, Manners bowl short again, 2 short, and shadows it. Across comes Rakesh, can't score. Gabriel Leibert has made a change. He has called in the long off to a mid-off position, maybe challenging the batsman to go over his head. Will Fabs do that? Here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. He's pushing it easily to the man at extra cover, which is Rakesh, can't score. So Manners a little bit up and down for the moment. Moves in now to bowl to Fabs. Fabs is punching it harder. Rakesh gets in the way. This is dangerous and got home. Francis was quick. It could be Usain Bolt's second cousin because he got there quickly. It was a dangerous run, I thought, even on the elder statesman, really. Not elderly per se. Rakesh is nimble, but they're picking on him. Got the single quickly in the end. We have not seen Nelson Boland in the attack as yet. Had he been here early, he would have started the attack, I believe. But I guess due to work, he got here a bit late. So,
how are you?
Shelton Fabs it is, who is going to take strike. So the slip has been removed. Short third man now, the captain, Javier Leibert. That's a good delivery. That one kept low. And he managed to get bat on it, turned it into the onside. Backward of square comes across. 1-1 to the total. Trishawn Francis in strike. Looks as if he's ready to tee off, wants to go big. Here he goes, he bowls, he's on the back foot, carefully pushing it into the outside. Better delivery that by young Brown. And showing him the respect on that occasion, Francis, but he's looking towards the Villa. He wants to go big. Here he goes. Brown bowls, he's going big. Is he clear? It has gone away from the man at long off, and it has gone for 4. You could see that he's looking towards that general area. He wants to go big, and he teed off on that occasion and went away from the man at long off and into the boundary for 4. So it's going to be Jaden Brown moving in once more to bowl to Francis. Francis is cutting it into the outside. There's Rakesh stopping it nicely on that occasion. The ball seems to be finding Rakesh quite a bit in the field, no matter which side of the pitch he's on. So, Brown it is. The Jaden Brown moving now to bowl wide again. Slapped away from Rakesh. The man is deep, and he doesn't have the strongest of arms, but gets a good return in. 1 more to the total. So here goes once more. Jaden Brown moves in now to bowl. He's driving. Nice smooth movement there by Fobbs. Reaching to the pitch and stroking it nicely down to long off. 1 more to the total. So Brown has completed his second over, and the bowling looks just a little too easy right now for Brownell. No slip in place now. Javier Leiber that short extra cover, and Solomon at mid-off. Punches it. There's Manners reaching across, knocking it down. Can't score. So they're definitely trying to tempt him to try to go over the offside field. That's wide, too wide. Manners a bit up and down again, trying the faster delivery and losing the script. Short and wide outside the off stump. Wide signal by Derek Parry. So here he goes, moves in now to bowl, and the back foot, better delivery off the hand of the fielder, and just didn't complete the recovery effort there. The batsmen were able to sneak for a single. Here's Manners moving in now to bowl to Francis. Francis is delicately chopping it away into the outside. Brown has a chase, so too does, not sure who that is, maybe Rakesh again. And they get 2 more free runs actually. It's a lovely touch shot on that occasion. Rakesh really has had to work overtime. Must be a little tired. Make that a lot tired. So Fobbs taking strike now. Bowls these quietly forward. That's a better pitch delivery, better lined, and he comes solidly forward. Fobbs. Here he goes. Moves in once more to bowl. He's driving, reaching to the pitch of the delivery, stroking it nicely down towards long on, and gets a single. Here he goes, Manners bowls, he's cutting at this one, slaps it into the upside, and they'll get a single easily once more. The bowling somehow looking a bit tame at this point. Batsmen scoring freely. Brown has been taken out of the attack after 2 overs, and we see Tiwan Prentice, the more experienced left-arm leg spinner, back into the attack. They're not sure how many overs they're playing.
35.
35. So it's a 35 overs affair. I think they started a bit late too. Here goes Prentice moving in now to bowl. He's driving nicely down towards long off. Both batsmen looking good on the drive. So here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. He's sweeping at that. Keeper tried to stop it with his foot. Brown is chasing after. He should be able to pull it in. And he does. Prentice stops this one nicely. Good movement on that occasion. Punch back up the strip by Shelton Fobbs. Here's Prentice, bowls once more, turns it nice into the onside. The man races across but can't prevent the single. One more to the total. Prentice bowls on the back foot he goes. Good delivery, played carefully into the offside. Francis. So both batsmen have settled in nicely. Batting pretty well. Here goes. The back foot beaten, and he might have gotten an edge. He has. Walks immediately, kept a bit low, and he was just trying to dab at it and got an outer edge. Walked immediately, Francis. And so that's wicket number 3 going down. T1 Prentice has struck. And so good little innings coming to an end. Francis walks back. Good catch too by the wicketkeeper, by the way. T1 Prentice it is. Moves in now to bowl to Fobbs. So taps it into the outside, off and running. And another left-hander has replaced. Well, that's, by the way, Kezron Archibald, the captain, who got off the mark. Just nice little dab into the offside. So another left-hander replacing Trishawn Francis. So it's now Archibald, the captain, and Shelton Fobbs at the crease. So Manners it is. Will continue now to bowl to Fobbs.
Exactly.
Here he goes, moves in now to bowl, short,
Yes.
and push back up the strip to the bowler, standing to his full height on that occasion. Moves in once more to bowl to Archibald. He's cutting at this one. Javier Libert initially was going the wrong way and then realized that he had to make a shift. Did so well, pulled it in, can't score. Archibald, who also can hit the ball a mile, settles over his bat now. He bowls. He's getting one that jumps at him, but he controls it nicely. He sits down towards third man, gets a single. So here he goes. Manners moves in now to bowl. He's hitting this one hard. There's a man deep though at the long on, and that's Andrew Brown. Stops it. One more to the total. Manners moves in now to bowl to Kezron Archibald. Fielders really excited. Races in. Appealing loudly. So here goes Manners. Moves in once more to bowl. Cuts this one, but well fielded there by the youngster. Jaden Brown, but the batsman got home quickly for the single. Well, still no Nelson ball, and we are seeing Webb back into the attack. So for whatever reason, Javier Libert has decided that he's going to go for pace against Kezron Archibald. Here he goes, races in out to bowl. Archibald turns it around. The man at long leg comes across and they'll get one very easily. Webb it is, nice brisk run up, bustling, races in now. Turns it into the outside, off and running, and they got the single. Direct hit there by the bowler, but off for the single. Must be pretty close his half century now, Fabs. So, Webb it is. Believes in his own abilities as he races in now to bowl. Reaching a long way for that. Nice diving effort there by Brown, but off strike once more. Another quick single taken. I don't know if I'm getting the correct message, but it would appear as if Fabs could be on 49. If that's so, they'll be looking to run a very cheeky single here. Pushes it into the offside. That's not possible. Angie Brown racing in as if he also has gotten the memo. Moves in now to ball. Swing and a miss. That was a loose delivery down the leg side. Wide signaled. So it's going to be Webb. Races in now to bowl to Fabs. Turns it into the onside. Let's see if the applause will erupt in the pavilion as he picks up one. Goes back for the second. There's an applause now. No, there's no wave of the bat. So he has not gotten his 50 as yet. Drives it down the ground. Will get a single. So it's going to be Rakesh from the pavilion end. Back into the attack. Bowls now. Turns it into the onside. The man is close and gets a return in quickly.
He is spin baller. He is low pitch.
So Rakesh it is. Moving in once more to bowl to Fabs. Fabs is on the back foot. Gets it out into the offside. Javier Libert moves quickly. Can't score. Javier Libert, I think, made a half century last night in the Cool and Smooth tournament over in St. Kitts. Here's Rakesh, slow ball, and he drives it nicely down towards long on. Angie Brown comes in, picks it up, single, easily acquired. Now, Kezron Archibald normally would get his eye in and then he'll launch a few. I think he's just about ready to try to launch. But Rakesh is a pretty difficult bowler to get away sometimes. Here he goes, moves in now. He's on driving nicely. Head well over the ball. Plays it nicely down to long on. One more to the total. Struck on the pad outside the leg stump. Rakesh, right, left arm over the wicket. Moves in now to bowl. He's driving. That's a lovely drive. Passes the man at mid-off. Goes down the ground for 4. That's a lovely shot by Fabs. Nice lean into it, and he drove it all along the ground. And once it got away from the man at mid-off, it was a certain 4. And there's an applause. That's his 50. What a way to bring up 50. Acknowledges the applause from his teammates. So 50 well played by Shelton Fabs. Well, it's going to be the captain, Kezzy Archibald. Will be taking strike, and Manners it is. Javon Manners has been reintroduced from the Bath Hotel end. Still no Nelson Boland, so maybe he's only playing as a batsman today. Hard hitting 1-2. He's reaching for that. Manners dives across and blotches it. It goes down to long on. Gets a single. He's driving, hit that hard, but the man at long on comes across, stops it nicely. Looks as if Fabs wants to go into another gear. Really went after that one, hit it powerfully, and picks up a single. So that would bring Kezron Archibald into strike. Settles over his back now. Manners pulls up. Second time we have seen that. So Manners it is. Moving in now to bowl to Archibald. He really pushed that one through and lost the script in the process. A wide signal by the umpire. I guess that was supposed to be surprise delivery. As he moves in once more to bowl. That's a better delivery, but he has launched it. He has launched it, Kezron Archibald. He goes high, hard and handsome. He has hit it into the Villa. Hope that nobody's over there playing softball because they could be in trouble. And that went way into the Villa for 6. And 2 runs there. Easily acquired as Kezron Archibald punched it into the offside. Picked up to 2 short by Jevon Manners. So after being struck for 6, he opted to go really short. So here he goes, moves in now to bowl on the back foot, just pushes it gently into the offside. Kezron Archibald can't score. So Manners moves in once more to bowl to Archibald. He looked as if he was going to launch once more. Thought about it, I could tell you, but belatedly decided to go quietly, pushing it back up the strip to the bowler. Ends the over. Rakesh it is. That one is pushed into the offside. Javier Liebert can't pull it in. And they're through for another single.
Where the team from? The one done. Where the from? There.
Here he goes once more. Rakesh bowls to. And well fielded, but his arm is not the strongest to get a single easily. Driven nicely there. Fabs down towards long on, picks up a single. Here goes Rakesh ball. He beaten! And may have gotten a bit of a bat on that because that looked pretty close. But he was comprehensively beaten there. We have a slight drizzle, but maybe not serious, hopefully. 178 the score. He's cutting this one into the offside. The man is deep. And they're looking for 2. They're going back for 2. And they get it easily in the end. So a little bit of a drizzle intensifying here. Here's Rakesh moving in now to bowl. He's swinging into that. It's going high. It's going handsome. It lands in front of the pavilion and ends in the pavilion. That's another 6 by Kezron Archibald. Jevon Manners bowls. He's on the back foot, punches it. Well stopped there by Javier Liebert. Can't score. Slight drizzle. It's very slight. Nothing serious at the moment. Moves in now to bowl. Manners bowls. He's reaching for that. Hits it back up the strip to the bowler. Can't score. So Fab settles once more. He's a tall man. Has a long reach. Manners moves in now. Short. He's punching it into the offside. That's gone. Nobody deep. That's a lovely shot. Found the gap. He really hit it hard. Gone for 4. So it's going to be Manners moving in now to bowl. He's punching at this one. Almost tugged it into his stumps on that occasion. Went back up the strip on the offside. Can't score. Manners has been a little up and down. Needs to settle into a consistent line and length. Better, no, still a little wide, wideish, too wide. Signaled by the umpire. So the bowlers have kind of let down the captain today, not being too consistent. There's another wide. And maybe just needs to settle. He didn't even waste any time. He just went back to his mark, turned around and was in quickly. He needs to concentrate on what he's doing. Look at the stumps, know where you want to pitch it. So let's see if he'll settle now. As he moves in now to bowl to Forbes. Forbes is on driving straight to the man at backward of square, can't score. And that eventually ends the over. Well, we had to get some cover from the rain, and in the interim, Ketron Archibald is gone. And so it's now new batsman at the crease. Rakesh rank long hop, pulled away into the onside, but there's a man deep on the mid-wicket boundary, and they'll settle for one. Here's Rakesh bowls, better delivery, nicely driven there by Shelton Forbes. The man at mid-wicket races in, but they're going back for the second. S.Y. Powell it is, hustling home. 2 more runs to the total, that ends the over. Beaten outside the off stump. So Rian Salomon has been reintroduced into the attack. Moves in now to bowl to Powell. Outside the off stump, punches it nicely. Shoot the man at point, and it will go into the boundary for 4. No, not quite. He was right behind it, but somehow there was a hole somewhere in the bucket. Went straight through him. I think his dad would have done a lot better there. Cut. He goes once more. Stops in his run up. Races in now to bowl, this time to Forbes. Forbes is slashing at that. Well stopped. Brilliant work there by the youngster. That's Jaden Brown moving smartly to his left and pulling it in with both hands, and almost managed to run out in the process. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl to Powell. Full toss, tried a slow ball, and let's hope that let's see if it would be a no ball for height. Watching the umpire closely, no signal. Slow ball going absolutely wrong on that occasion. Moves in now to bowl to the left-handed Forbes. Bowls. Forbes is driving. The man at long on races in. They're asking him to go back, and Forbes was turning blind. Fortunately, sent back by Powell. Here he goes once more. Salomon bowls. He's swinging into that. Is the man going to pull it in? He can't. It's racing away to the middle wicket boundary for 4. I think this is a considered brave move here. The overs running out in terms of the 35 overs almost done and dusted. Jaden Brown, but I think it's a strategic move by Captain Javier Liebert. He's hoping they'll go after him. There's Forbes driving powerfully down to long off. They'll be thinking of the second, but good strong return there from T1 Prentice. So S.Y. Powell, you know he'll be looking to launch, but there's a long on, long off, deep mid-wicket. Matter of fact, that deep mid-wicket has been changed. They've put Manners now and brought in the youngster to backward of square.
Well, when I look on, no. I will look at this way bad thing I come.
Here goes.
Well, call me Alpha.
Full toss, he has gone high. I think it might be a no ball though. And he lost sight of it, Manners. You could see the sunlight was affecting him, and it's a no ball. So it's going to be a free hit. And it must be a little wet out there too. But even before that, he would have been having a couple of problems with full tosses. But the grass is a bit wet, so the ball would be a little slippery. Somersault was already asking them if they wanted something to wipe the ball. But they did not accept the invitation. He goes, he bowls. He's slapping it into the offside. The man has a run. That's gone for 4. So the free delivery has gone through the offside for 4. Very expensive today, Jaden Brown. I think his confidence has been shaken somewhat. Young Brown. Here he goes. Better delivery, but it's well driven there. Past Javier, but it's going down the road. And the man comes across. A little bit of football. I think he has done well. He has pulled it in. Brilliant work. And a little bit of a relay. And they would have gotten free. So 3 more to the total. Jaden Brown continues to be expensive here. So that brings Shelton Fobbs into strike. Field being readjusted for the left-hander. Brown it is. He's hitting this one powerfully. Down towards long off. Gets only a single. But he hit it hard. Shelton Fobbs doesn't appear to be the 6-hitter type. Ezzy Powell is though. So he'll be looking to launch into the Villa, where you get the impression something's going to give. Oh, well bowled. Matter of fact, he was coming down the track and came down too far. So he made it into a Yorker and just dug it out in the end. Here goes Brown, moves in once more. And he's trying to launch, but he just swung right across it, swung it into the mid-wicket area. And they get an easy single. Over ends, another expensive over. So it's going to be Solomon, Ryan Solomon, left arm. Saying now to bowl to Powell. Powell is driving. That's a lovely shot. The man is racing after it. I say race loosely, but I think he's sliding effort there. Last time he did that, he knocked it into the fence. But this time, Rocky, now look at that. Brilliant running. And he's home. No, he's gone. Is he gone? Mm-hmm. He's gone. He's run out. Dangerous run out. Well, it's going to be Ryan Solomon to bowl. Your batsman in is Malik Semper. Pretty useful batsman too. Wide. I think generally speaking, the Empire bowling would be a little bit disappointed with the outing today. Bowler number of wides, full tosses, long hops. That might be another wide. So losing the script badly here. Solomon it is, moving now to bowl to Semper. Semper gets a full toss and hits it mightily over square leg for 4. And let's see if it's a no ball as well, because it was pretty high. There is no signal from the umpire except to say that it's 4 runs. I'm wondering if it's because the ball is slippery, because like I said, the outfield went after that drizzle. The ball is really having a little bit of a difficulty here. He's slapping it into the offside. It's Semper down to long off. One more. I understand that there might be just 1 over after this one. Here goes Solomon, bowls now to Fobbs, gets a wide dish, well, wide delivery, another wide. Really having some problems here. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl, down the track he comes, strikes it into the outside. They're thinking 2. They're going back for 2, hesitation, but he got home. Semper hesitated. Fobbs was charging through. And in the end, they got it home safely. So, Solomon races in now to bowl. He's driving nicely down towards long up to get a single. Well, I think we'll have to break at the intermission, because I have to deal with another event, the parish relays at the Mondo track, and so I'll have to switch my attention to that event. Well, here goes. Moves in now to bowl wide of the mark. Not a wide though. Batsman is trying to dab it into the outside. Can't. So Kimani Webb it is into the attack. I'm not sure if this is the final over. But Nelson Boland hasn't bowled a single ball. He must be injured. As he races in now to bowl. He's driving nicely. He's thinking two. Just the way he's running, it's obvious that he's thinking two. Malik, oh, the fielder withheld the ball. T1 Prentice, for whatever reason, didn't throw the ball when he had it in his hand at first. And so they came through for the second one quite easily. So, Kimani Webb it is, always brisk looking movements in his run up. Moves in now to bowl. He's swinging high in the air. How far has that gone? The man is coming across, and I think he might have gone the distance. Nelson Boland came across, and let's see what the umpire will signal. 6. So Shelton Forbes has hit Kimani Webb for 6. They're telling Forbes that he needs 14 to make 100. Here he goes, moves in now to. He's hitting this one in the air. The man at extra cover races across, and they can't get more than a single. One more to the total. Semper now would have tried to get a single to get Forbes back on strike. No, he's swinging and he's bowled. Clean bowl by Webb, as he had an agricultural swing at that, and it's clean bowled. It's going to be Webb. I think this is the final delivery. Ken is the batsman. He has been told to swing. He has a swing at that. Comes off the pad. They should be thinking two. They're telling them to get back. And he's holding his crease. Now he's coming back. And I think he's run out. So he's run out, and that's the innings. So that's the end of the innings. And that's where we're going to leave you once we confirm that this is the close of the innings, is it? They're still not coming off, so I'm not. Oh well, Forbes is coming off now. So that's the end of the innings. Brownhill batting first. They got to 200 plus. We'll have to confirm the scores a little later. But it has been a pretty interesting game so far. Shelton Forbes would have batted superbly. Came in at number 3 and batted right through. Almost got to 100 as well.